We have something a little different here. We have the owner of Bella Luxury Limousine, Collins Ogada. Thanks for coming on.
Hey, man.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me on.
Sure. You're based in Allentown. We haven't really had anybody from the transportation industry at all yet. So I can imagine this has got to be taking a toll on... Can you just tell us what you've been experiencing?
Yeah, man, this has been bad. Like I said, I've been in business for 10 years, and I've never seen anything like this. Basically, starting kind of January when this whole thing started in China, we started seeing some companies start canceling reservations because they didn't want to send their employees out there. So there's a little bit of a slowdown there. January generally is usually a slow month anyways. So, we kind of said, hey, if this thing can be contained, we can get back up and running. And when things pick up here in the spring, we could be good. But, and then this thing just kind of, got out of control and just spread everywhere. And I mean, 2 weeks ago, I was taking more cancellations than reservations. It was just, people were just calling it cancel. Nobody was resolving anything. And it's just gone downhill from there to a point where now we're down, more than, 90%. We're like down to like nothing. The only stuff we're doing right now is picking people up from airports that are already out there, but nobody is going out. So it's been crushing.
Is that picking up somebody that just landed at an airport?
No, so a lot of those are just people that, some customers that we had taken out, they've gone out to, like, I think I have somebody still that is out in Aruba and they're coming back this week. So those are just people that, were out on like longer vacations and stuff, and they decided to kind of stick it out and they're just coming back. But nobody's really kind of, typically we'll have people go out, 3 days, a week, come back. That stuff is all gone. People are kind of where they are and nobody's kind of moving.
What do you... I know that they've talked about a stimulus package. You're a smaller business, I'm assuming. What are you looking at? Like, what are you thinking you're going to do this week?
Well, so what's happening is, we've laid off a bunch of people, but, we still have bills that we have to pay, which is, we have car payments to make. We have rent has to be paid and all that stuff in the office. So, there's bills that are coming. So what the industry has been trying to push is maybe try to get SBA loans released as soon as possible. Just to make sure that people have cash on hand, because that's what's going on right now. I mean, there isn't just people don't have cash. People are running out of cash, and they've been floating around different stuff like tax breaks or some tax credits, but that stuff doesn't help if you're at zero, right? So what people need right now is cash. So if we can get some loans, zero interest rates, SBA loans, this would be helpful if they can kind of accelerate the process and get that money out. That's what is needed right now to kind of save the industry, because we're getting hit hard out here.
Yeah, I mean, you guys, do you notice that are people still traveling? Are still people going to airports?
No, so the airport's almost completely, I'm not getting any airport runs. You may get one or two here and there for people that have to go somewhere, but those have just gone downhill, because really, just to explain what the business is, usually in the limo industry, you have about the business is broken down into kind of two. There's the business side and then there's the retail side. So on the business side, you have companies that travel all over the world. And, they have people coming in for meetings, those kind of things. All right. And then you have the retail side where we do weddings, we do, bachelorette parties, night out, that kind of stuff. Now, we're getting hit on both sides because, you're not going to do social distancing in a limo, right? It's like, people are sitting next to each other. So you can't do that. People, and then, all the clubs are closed and everything. So where are people going? So people are not going anywhere. If people are not moving, we have no business. It's just as simple as that.
Yeah,
and so we're getting hit everywhere.
Have you been taking precautions in your own vehicles? Are you cleaning them?
Right. So that's what we've been doing, like kind of in between trips. We're sanitizing those vehicles, making sure, everything is clean. Now, we typically keep pretty clean vehicles, but we even, going that extra mile and just using sanitizers, making sure everything is sanitized. We're taking newspapers out of the vehicles and stuff, just trying to limit that contact and things that, people can touch and possibly be infected, because we're trying to keep our drivers safe. We're trying to keep our passengers safe, obviously, as well.
Right. Have you thought about, and everybody's doing like online stuff, virtual stuff, maybe giving like a virtual limo ride to some people that's never been in a limo? Be like, I've never been in a limo. I'd love to see what it looks like on the inside.
Man, you gotta hit me up when this thing is not. We gotta take you out sometime, Tyler. But it's no, I mean, so the problem is that this time you're kind of trying to think of different things and different, and that's not a bad idea. It's something I didn't think of, but it's something that definitely consider. But it's just between kind of trying to figure out what trying to get in touch with lenders and see if they can postpone some of those payments on loans and stuff like that. We've just been busy doing that kind of stuff and just basically just trying to see how we'll survive until we get some revenue coming in right now.
Right. So can you then? I know that people might not be booking right now. Maybe they can be thinking for the future. How can people get in touch with you and find out more about Bella Luxury Limousine?
Or is there a way people can pay for rides in the future? Like, could you be like, hey, I know I'm gonna also need a ride down the road. Can I buy one now to help you out?
Right, that's a great question, and man, you have some great ideas, and maybe you should be in the business. But the thing that's happening right now is, I mean, you have people have been calling, trying to postpone weddings and those kind of things. So what I've been doing is working with them, and instead of canceling the reservation, I kind of offer to change it to them at no extra cost, that type of thing. That way, I'm not refunding money that I already have. For people that are paid up or had deposits down, I'm just working with them to change those dates. As far as future reservations, the problem is, part of the big problem of this whole thing is nobody knows when we'll go back, right? And so, for people to prepay, they really don't know when they'll be good to go, because the other thing is, it's easy to shut everything down, but then when you open it back up, do you say, all right, everybody go out and do whatever, or do you kind of gradually let people out and kind of gradually, get back? So the point is, we don't know when we'll really be back, and that's the frustrating thing, and that's why it's so hard to kind of, really plan anything at this point.
Yeah.
Well, we want to make sure that people can get in touch with you. So we put your Facebook on here, but they can also go to bellaluxurylimo.com.
Yes, BellaLuxuryLimo.com. On there, they can make reservations. They can send inquiries. They can see the fleet of vehicles that we have. All that good information is in there. But the main thing right now is just we want people to be safe as much as I want people's business. The number one thing is just people are safe. I've been telling my wife, I've been telling people, I can, hopefully we'll survive this. But, if we don't, I can always start another business. I can go get a job somewhere. The thing that we can't do is we can't bring people back, if something happens to them. So the most important thing right now is just for people to stay safe. And hopefully we'll get through this, and then we'll get back to the grind.
Sure. And we're gonna hold you to that limo ride when this is over.
Absolutely, man. I'm all in.
All
right. Hey, thanks for joining us, and be safe.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. All right.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.